What's up, everyone? How are you guys doing? In this game, we have a little special treat. QuestionMark versus RaL, a Malian mirror on Dry Arabia. So I'm willing to say right off the bat that this is going to be a little chaotic because as an ex-Malian main, I know firsthand that these matchups are very, very chaotic. We could see heavy feudal aggression coming out of both players, where they both just spam the living crap out of warrior scouts. We could see Donzo Archer coming out also in the feudal age. It doesn't look like we're getting any tower rushes, but Malian mirrors are very, very strange. In my opinion, they are easily one of the strangest mirror matchups because nothing, I'm not going to say nothing, very few things counter each other. And then in normal matchups, you have your normal counters, right? But everything that the Malians do to one another counter each other. The sofas just, it doesn't matter if they're armored units or not, right? The sofa does the bonus damage to them just because they're infantry. But if they're armored units, yeah, they get the bonus damage done to them, but like your typical man at arms, it gets a damage bonus, but they're armored, so kind of balances itself out. Here, there are no armored units. Malians have zero, aside from the sofa, which is an armored unit. There aren't any armored infantry units whatsoever, so the sofa does extra damage to them, to the entire Malian army, right? So we could eventually see just a mass of sofas going against each other. Once that happens, you're going to want to start going into mass Donzo, and then from mass Donzo you're going to go mass Archer with poison arrows, and then you're going to see that evolve into mass javelin throwers and so forth and so forth. Like, it's not even like it's rock paper scissors at this point in terms of like unit compositions. It's just chaos. I love it. I really do. It's one of the most annoying mirror matchups for me to play, but at the same time, it's so entertaining because it's just so awkward at the same time. And we do see both players going for the Mansa Quarry. 4 villagers, 4 RaL are building it up, and then 5 for QuestionMark. Nice little split. They're all basically the same: 4 on food, 6 on wood, and none on gold, which of course you don't need any on gold since you have the pit mine. Both players did go for the normal. Wait, no, they didn't. Oh no, yeah, I miscounted. That's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, both players did go for the standard 6 on there. There's a little wild sheep still there. Are there any other sheep missing? No. Oh yeah, there's one right next to the base as well. Ooh, both players have really nice trade post positions as well. I wonder if we're going to be seeing any of that come through. Mansa Quarry will finish up for both of them relatively soon. We see Wheelbarrow was started for RaL first. QuestionMark is putting his up right now as well. So RaL is a little bit ahead in terms of just placing things or getting the upgrades, not necessarily like in the game, anything that'll make a huge significant difference. His timings are a little bit better. He did pull off one of the villagers from his Mansa Quarry over to wood. It looks like both players are just gonna be very passive for the most part, start getting their cattle ranches up, Grand Falani Corral, and then they're just gonna throw armies at each other over and over and over. The first cow, let's see who's gonna get their first cow. We already have 12 villagers on wood, 4 QuestionMark, 10 for, okay, we're getting double broadaxe. Double broadaxe is coming through for both players. Second pit mine is coming through already for both players as well. They're pretty much like right there, like neck and neck. RaL is just a little bit faster on certain things. Just RaL's like a little faster overall. He already has the pit mine down with his 4th house coming up. We have barely the 3rd house coming up for QuestionMark. So they are right next to each other. It's just RaL is 10 seconds ahead, like 10 seconds faster. I do like this little positioning on the scout. Do we have the same thing over here? No, I do like QuestionMark's scout placement right here, just denying, you know, the placement of a single house. It's not game ending or anything like that. It's just annoying because you can't fully deck out your pit mine quite yet. Meanwhile, that is giving QuestionMark a little bit of a lead. He is trying to inch out a little bit of a lead right there, since RaL wasn't able to get the full pit mine up and running as fast as he wanted. We already have it essentially completed, just halfway done with the mining camp for QuestionMark right now, as RaL is barely starting his. And now we have 3 cattle ranches up. 2 of them are 3 out of 3 for our purple Malian player. Second cattle ranch is up, and that'll be 3 out of 3 as well. You see, like, look at how close these guys are, but RaL is slightly ahead in everything. Very slightly ahead in everything. He already has his 3 cattle ranches up and running, right? And the 4th one will be coming up. What was that? Wasn't a deletion. I didn't hear the deletion. I think it was just straight cancel. Yeah, so look at, he has his 3 up and running, fully up and running, with a cow already in the 4th, right? So QuestionMark has 2 up and running. Essentially we'll have 3 up and running. 4th one is barely going to be getting there. As we're with RaL, the 4th one is already up and running. The 5th one is underway. Like, this is, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's just so, like, able to just inch out these little things, especially in a mirror matchup, does start making a difference in the long term. In the short term, when you're looking at your graph, when you're looking at your replays, you're like, oh, well, he only got 1 villager before I did. He only got the cow out like 6 seconds before I did. Yeah, but then it's every subsequent cow after that, though. That cow was 6 seconds. The next cow is 6 seconds. The cow after that, that means he's getting food a little bit faster. He's getting his military up and running a little bit faster. And then we're seeing a wall coming up over here on the western side of QuestionMark space. So that's a lot of wood that's getting used, as we're with RaL, he's not doing anything. He's not using any additional wood. He's not using any unnecessary wood. He's just going to be gathering it up, dropping his stables, or whichever route he decides to go, drop his military production, and look at all these walls that are getting put up by our yellow Malian player. That's a lot of wood and a lot of villager idle time, essentially. That's not going into gathering resources. That's not going into military production or anything else of the sort. QuestionMark is technically ahead in he'll most likely be getting his Grand Fulani Corral up slightly before RaL. Oh, this is going to be close. RaL does only have 9 villagers on gold, as we're QuestionMark has 13, so he was able to produce the cows a little bit, or produce the cows and still have gold left over. And now the last 2 cows are coming out right now, and they will get eaten instead of being put inside of a cattle ranch. A little bit of annoyance coming over here from the Musafati warriors. They were able to get a villager pick. Where's your... Wait. Oh, they're over here. They're forward. Oh, wow. So we're going to be going for mass Musafati warriors. Or RaL's going to be going for mass Musafati warriors. We have 9 villagers building the Grand Fulani Corral for QuestionMark, 7 for RaL. Trade market or blacksmith? Okay, blacksmith coming down as well for QuestionMark. We do not have that much production down for our yellow Malian. He's currently sitting on 2 archery ranges and that's it. Javelin throwers are coming out for QuestionMark. Stables coming down as well. And we're gonna see a massive Musafati warrior flood coming through from our purple Malian player, currently sitting on 14 military to QuestionMark's 4. And there's not much that, yes, the Castle Age does come through for QuestionMark about 30 seconds before RaL's, but he just doesn't have the military production. Meanwhile, over here we have the 3 barracks and 2 archery ranges or 3 archery ranges, so a total of 6 military production for our purple Malian. Our 4th, 5th production is coming up for our yellow Malian. That'll be sitting on 3 stables, 2 archery ranges in order to defend against this, but he does lose his pit mine, so that's going to be huge loss. That actually is a really huge loss, especially inside of in a mirror, because that's going to be a lot of gold that isn't getting passively gathered, right? He does have a 3rd pit mine right here. Where are you going to grab your 3rd one though, Mr. RaL? Not entirely sure how to say his name. Doesn't look like he has that safe of a 3rd one, in all honesty. You'll have to either move all the way out there or just get adventurous and grab the gold or the big one. And now RaL is sitting on 26 military, 17 Musafati, 10 javelin throwers, as where QuestionMark only has 10 military, 8 javelin throwers, and a sofa is out at the moment. But these Musafati are going to be able to burn down the gate and just start wreaking havoc all over QuestionMark's base. Nice little focus fire coming down from both players onto each other's javelin throwers, and now the Musafati warriors are in and they are just gonna start tearing through everything right now. There just isn't enough military for QuestionMark to be able to, you know, hold this without taking too many losses. Nice little stutter step, or there was an attempted stutter step there on those javelin throwers, and now the Musafatis are inside of the wood line and just, let's see, how many villagers have, only 1 villager actually went down so far. That's very surprising considering there was like 6, 7 Musafati warriors there, but a ton of reinforcements are coming through. Yet a ton of reinforcements are coming through for our purple Malian player. The focus fire from the javelin throwers onto the javelin throwers is really nice, but there's just not enough of a front line to be able to deal with the Musafati warriors and then to kill the javelin throwers afterwards either. QuestionMark does need to retarget these javelin throwers. He's just allowing them to free fire onto the Musafati warriors when he does need to kill off the javelin throwers and then stutter step his own javelin throwers into the Musafati warriors. Slowly but surely the sofas are coming out and they will be able to kind of deal with this after a while though. Right now I don't think he's taken too many losses. Only 2 villagers have been killed off, 44 to 45. 6 military for our yellow Malian, 20 for our purple Malian. This is kind of a, it was a good hold, I guess. You know what? It was a really good hold because he only took 2 villager kills. If that was 5 or more, that would have been very, very bad. But 2 villagers realistically isn't that bad, considering he was going in, RaL was going in with about 30 plus military, and our yellow Malian was holding with what, 12 military, and that was it. And taking 2 losses, 2 villager losses, is really, really good for him. And now QuestionMark has 8 archers, which do the bonus damage to the Musafati warriors, 7 sofa. A few of them are going out onto the field to try to do a little bit of harass, potentially get some straggler reinforcements. And now another huge breakthrough comes into the base of QuestionMark. Warrior scouts are on the field as well, just to soak up some damage. We do need to see stutter step, like I said earlier, from those archers and javelin throwers. Single target fire, the Musafati poison arrows are through as well on the archer. So this is gonna be a way better hold. There are so many military units over here on the top left side of the screen for our purple player, and he's just idling them. Those should have been inside, wreaking havoc on these units, but instead they're just AFK. But he is dealing with quite a bit in his back line. 5 villager kills for our purple Malian, 3 for our yellow Malian, and another very, very successful hold for our yellow Malian player. The only villagers, from what it seems like, that are really going down are the ones that continually try to build that wall. There's still a sofa? Really? No, the sofa finally goes down. Okay, RaL needs to step back for a moment, gather the entirety of his army, and probably swing around. He needs to probably come over here to the eastern side and deny whatever he can over here, instead of trying to fight under the TC, because the TC is adding quite a bit of damage. Yeah, it's only 2 arrows, or excuse me, 1 arrow, right? I've been playing a lot of Japanese. Yeah, it's only 1 arrow, but still 1 arrow over a 2-minute fight, especially to light units, it starts adding up. He needs to rotate over. He needs to come down here. There's a ton of villagers over here. I'm not saying he's going to get a lot of kills, but he will be able to idle them out a little bit. Another sofa over here on the northeastern side of the map, being a little nuisance to our purple Malian player, as well as in the center left, or northwestern side of the pit mine, or northwestern pit mine as well. We're gonna get a little bit of a breakthrough over here on the western side of our yellow Malian player's base. These sofas do need to go down pretty soon, because the kills could start adding up. He currently has 11 villager kills right now with those 3 or 4 sofa that he sent over. The pit mine will get burned down. Sofas are going to come in a little preemptively, though. He's going to lose 1 for free. Second one, he could have lost that second one if we had some decent focus fire from RaL onto that. The amount of damage that the javelin throwers do to them isn't really quite there yet. We are going to get an attempted wraparound over here on the sofas, jumping onto the javelin throwers. They do need to start focus firing down those archers. Little by little, the archers are getting picked away, but so are the Musafati warriors, and even the javelin throwers are getting crushed quite a bit. The sofas are just tanking so much damage. A few spears would have been phenomenal in this type of position, since you do know your opponent is going mass archer sofa. The Musafati warriors are all but dead. Same go for the javelin throwers. A Wololo goes off in the back. Not really gonna try to steal anything, but does push the army forward into the archers. Another Wololo goes off as well. Oh, freaking. Okay. These guys are testing my APM, my caster APM. I heard what was that? Three go off relatively at the same time, and these have been some phenomenal holds by our yellow Malian player. Upgrades are kind of, they're pretty much even. We have +2 ranged armor, +1 melee armor, +2 ranged attack, +1 melee attack for QuestionMark, and then for RaL we have 1 ranged armor, 1 melee armor, 1 ranged attack, 1 melee attack, with +2 ranged attack or ranged armor coming through pretty soon. Relics are getting picked up in the back. QuestionMark has 3 with the 4th one on the way. RaL has 1 on the way right now. Where are you? QuestionMark is also getting the sacred sites behind this. I saw here. Okay, that's a pretty forward mosque. That could easily get sniped out, and then the relic could get stolen. One moment. Walls are coming in now for RaL. 53 military supply, 4 question mark, 18 sofas, 13 spear or 18 archers, 12 javelin throwers, 4 warrior scouts, veteran warrior scouts, and 5 monks. No, imam. A lot of villagers are going down right here. A total of 31 villager kills, 34, and this number is just gonna keep going up and up and up throughout the rest of this game. He just got so many villagers right there. 41 villagers went down total. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. It was about 20 villager kills right there. That was absolutely insane. And now 59 villagers for question mark, 26 for RaL, and these are top 200 conqueror players right now as well. This is, oh man. And this is what I was talking about though. The Malian mirror is so chaotic. You never really know how far ahead or how far behind you could potentially be. And since RaL wasn't really gathering much of an army, he was just going in there. Okay, I hit 30 supply, go. 30 supply, go. If he just waited the extra minute or two for his reinforcements to go in, because he was attacking with 15 to 20 army at once, and then the rest of his army was trickling in. If he just waited the minute for 2 waves of military to show up and he was attacking with the full 35 military, he would have easily been able to crush the defense. He also needed to rotate around. Like, he kept fighting under the TC. He needed to rotate to the eastern side. He knows that this is fully walled off. He knows that there's 2 gold pit mines there. He could have easily just went over onto that side and started killing off a lot of villagers, doing a lot of damage. This is a lot of Mustafadi warriors. This is total of 40 Mustafadi there. But look at the amount of archers. 35 archers are gonna make quick work of this like nothing, and GG gets called. Game goes to our yellow Malian player question mark. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.